It began with a sound no child should ever learn to recognize, not thunder, not fireworks, but something deeper, heavier, something that didn't just echo in the air, but inside the bones. The night the war reached Lily Carter's town, the sky didn't just darken. It fractured. Missiles tore through the clouds like streaks of fire, distant explosions blooming across the horizon like dying stars. The world outside her bedroom window had turned into something unrecognizable, something terrifying. And Lily. She was only 6 years old. Too young to understand why the world was breaking. Too small to stop it. But not alone. Because lying at the foot of her bed, watching the door with quiet, unwavering focus, was Rex. A full-grown German shepherd with tired eyes and a past no one fully knew. He had come into Lily's life a year earlier, rescued, abandoned, silent. A dog who didn't trust easily, didn't play much, didn't bark unless it mattered. But from the moment Lily reached her tiny hand through the shelter bars and whispered, "You look sad," Rex chose her. And from that moment on, he never left her side. The first explosion that night came without warning. A violent crack that shattered the quiet and sent glass trembling in its frame. Lily jolted awake. For a second, she didn't move. Her small body frozen, her breath caught somewhere between confusion and fear. Then came the second blast. Closer. Stronger. The walls trembled, and somewhere in the house, something fell. And just like that, the world changed. "Mama!" Lily cried, her voice breaking as she scrambled out of bed. Before her feet even touched the ground, Rex was already there. Alert. Still. Watching. Not panicking. Never panicking. Lily clung to him, her fingers twisting into his fur as another distant explosion rolled through the night. "Rex, what's happening?" she whispered. But Rex didn't answer. He just leaned into her, grounding her, steady as the chaos outside grew louder. Sirens began to scream. Not one, not two, but dozens. A haunting chorus rising across the town, warning everyone of what was coming. "Lily!" "Basement, now," her mother shouted from the hallway, her voice sharp with urgency. Lily grabbed Rex instinctively. "I'm here," she whispered to him, even though it was him who had always been there for her. They ran together. Down the narrow staircase. Into the cold, dim basement where shadows clung to every corner. The door slammed shut above them. And then, the world exploded. The blast was deafening. The ground shook so violently it felt like the earth itself was trying to tear apart. Dust rained down from the ceiling. The lights flickered, then died. Darkness swallowed everything. For a moment, there was nothing. No sound. No movement. Just silence so thick it pressed against Lily's chest. Then, a whimper. Not from Rex. From her. "Mama," she whispered into the dark. No answer. Her hands trembled as she reached out, searching, desperate. "Mom, please." Still nothing. And that was when Rex moved. He stepped forward slowly, his body tense, his ears alert. Then he pushed past Lily, toward the collapsed part of the basement where wood and concrete had caved in. He sniffed once. Twice. And then, he barked. Sharp. Urgent. Different. "Rex?" Lily's voice shook. He barked again. And again. Until Lily understood. She crawled toward him, her small hands scraping against broken debris. And then she saw it. A hand. Her mother's hand. Barely visible beneath the rubble. "No, no, no, no," Lily's voice cracked as panic surged through her tiny body. "Mama!" Rex didn't hesitate. He began digging. Furiously. Desperately. His paws tore against splintered wood and jagged stone, ignoring the pain, ignoring the blood beginning to stain his fur. He dug like nothing else in the world mattered. Because to him, nothing else did. "Help her, Rex. Please, help her." Lily sobbed, her voice breaking apart in the darkness. Time lost meaning. Seconds stretched into forever. The air thickened with dust and fear. The world outside still roared with distant explosions. But down there, in that broken basement, it was just a little girl, a buried mother, and a dog who refused to give up. Finally, a shift. A crack. A piece of debris gave way. Lily gasped. "Mama?" Rex pushed harder, summoning the last of his strength. And then, a sound. Faint. Fragile. But real. A cough. Lily froze. Her heart stopped, then exploded with hope. Mama! Her mother's eyes fluttered open, weak and unfocused. Alive. She was alive. Rex staggered back slightly, his body trembling, exhaustion crashing into him all at once. But even then, even as his legs nearly gave out beneath him, he stayed standing. Watching. Guarding. Hours later, rescuers found them. Drawn by the sound of a dog who refused to stop barking. Even when his voice grew hoarse. Even when his body begged him to rest. He barked. For her. They pulled Lily and her mother from the wreckage. Wrapped them in blankets. Carried them into the cold morning air where smoke still lingered in the sky. And Rex? He collapsed the moment they were safe. But Lily never let go of him. Not for a second. You saved her, she whispered, pressing her forehead against his. You saved us. Weeks passed. The war didn't end. The skies still burned in distant places. The world still argued, fought, broke itself apart. But inside a quiet refugee shelter miles away, something different began to grow. Peace. Not the kind written in treaties or spoken in politics, but the kind found in small, fragile moments. Like a little girl sleeping without fear for the first time in months, her tiny hand resting gently on the chest of a German shepherd. Listening. Not for sirens. Not for explosions. But for something steady. Something real. His heartbeat. And every time the world trembled in the distance, Rex would lift his head. Watch the door. Stay ready. Because even in a world torn apart by war, even in the face of destruction and fear, one truth remained unshaken. He had chosen her. And he would protect her. Until the very end.
If this tale moved you, if you felt the tension, the heartbreak, and the triumph, please support our channel by hitting the like button and subscribing. Your support means the world to us and helps us bring more thrilling, emotional, and inspiring stories your way. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Do you believe dogs have an extraordinary sixth sense? Share your thoughts and personal stories with us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.